Good morning, NBC. This is Pastor Charlie coming to you with the Word of God for April 7th, 2021. Reading from Exodus chapter 2, verses 1 through 10. I'm reading from the NIV. Now, a man of the tribe of Levi married a Levite woman, and she became pregnant and gave birth to a son. When she saw that he was a fine child, she hid him for 3 months. But when she could hide him no longer, she got a papyrus basket for him and coated it with tar and pitch. Then she placed the child in it and put it among the reeds along the bank of the Nile. His sister stood at a distance to see what would happen to him. Then Pharaoh's daughter went down to the Nile to bathe, and her attendants were walking along the river bank. She saw the basket among the reeds and sent her female slave to get it. She opened it and saw the baby. She was crying, and she felt sorry for him. "This is one of the Hebrew babies," she said. Then his sister asked Pharaoh's daughters, "Shall I go and get one of the Hebrew women to nurse the baby for you?" "Yes, go," she answered. So the girl went and got the baby's mother. Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Take this baby and nurse him for me, and I will pay you." So the woman took the baby and nursed him. When the child grew older, she took him to Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. She named him Moses, saying, "I drew him out of the water." This is the word of the Lord. It's one of the... I remember reading this when I was little. I mean, even though I wasn't church for the larger part of my formative years. I remember when I was really young, we used to have family worship, and we used to, with my dad and my mom and my brother, we used to gather together and read the Bible. And I remember coming across this wonderful story of Exodus. Now, what we're missing, the context is that a Pharaoh to him, Joseph, the name Joseph, where the Jewish people did not mean anything. So when he came into power, the hundreds of years of mistreatment, it started then. This is when it began, and the people were, the Jewish people, the Israelites, the Ibrim, the Hebrews, were relegated to slave labor. And what we notice happening a little later is that with the persecution, they are only multiplying more vigorously. They're actually becoming more and more abundant in number. And so the Egyptians are actually alarmed. They are taking alarm, and they want to take measure to curtail the population. They want to control the population through artificial means, namely through infanticide, killing the babies. I want you to put your finger on that, because this practice is not something that has ceased. It's continuing today. If you are a tribe of Levi, we're talking about the priestly division. Actually, not yet instated, because this is all happening during Moses' time. And as this Levite woman, one of the daughters of the clan of Levi, gives birth to this child, and because of the danger, she could not hide any longer that she was pregnant. So after she gives the birth in secret, she decides to release this baby into the hands of God. Now here, I do notice that this is an element of, it could be sacrifice, it could be a faith, it could be the legacy of faith. When the situation seems impossible for this woman to save the child, she puts a protective coating on the reed basket where she places the child, and then boom, into the Nile she releases the baby. And what does God do? This is the important thing. God has the baby rescued, of course, and this baby is rescued by one of the highest, this is a princess in Egypt that she picks up the baby. And then as luck would have it. Of course, we don't use the word luck. It's a providence of God. Okay, this is an example of the providence of God. When they find a woman to nurse the child, it is the very mother that gave birth to this child that is hired to nurse the baby. So in essence, the natural birth mom is now being paid to nurse her own child. Brothers and sisters, God does things like these, and they're surprising and they're outside of our expectations. And that is, I think, He is in the business of surprises. Of course, since we have a lot of hindsight, thanks to the Bible, we have a good chunk of knowledge about how God does things. So we might have a lot of different expectations from God, but I think He loves to challenge us by providing ways that we had not anticipated before. I love this story, and I do believe that there are people in my viewership in this quiet time, the people that are tuning into this, that you will experience something like this. Maybe not as phenomenal as this, not at this caliber, but in the small ways where God shows, yes, I am with you. I am the author of your life, and I'm the provider. I'm a God of providence, and I am sovereign. I want you to meet with that God today, so that it will go well with you, and that you will have a day that is full of His blessing, which amounts to His presence. May His presence be known, and that He is the provider for all the surprising miracles that we may witness throughout this week. Have a triumphant day in the Lord, and the blessings to you.